Hello YouTube, this is Prometea, you're watching Tyrannosaurus Girl, and today I wanted to tell you why I've been away from YouTube. So I haven't posted a video for a while now, close to a month. And I really didn't mean to do that, but there are a few things that have been keeping me away from YouTube for this time, and I have to really apologize to you for this. Part of it is that, well, the first snows arrived in here, which has been really wonderful and an amazing experience for me to relive that from my childhood, but with that I got a really bad throat infection that I'm actually still recovering from. I will probably have to edit out some gaffes from this video. I was barely able to speak for a while, and I really wasn't feeling very well, and I've also been very busy studying. Because, well, I haven't told you about this, but, well, you do know that I'm planning to go to the university next year, next autumn, if everything goes well. And, well, I had a meeting a couple of months ago with a career counselor from the university, and she recommended that I switch Swedish courses. Right now I'm taking something that is called SFI, Svenska för invandrare, which means literally Swedish for immigrants. And that is the typical course that most people get when they come here as soon as they have their residence permit, at least. And this is a free course that is actually on a private school. For those of you in the US, this is similar to the charter schools. For those of you that don't know, this is a school that is privately owned, privately operated. You attend the classes there without having to pay anything. However, it is the government that is paying your fee, of course, and unlike an actual public school, because this is privately operated, it is operated as a business with a focus on making money, of course, and that is not always compatible with providing a quality education. And I'm really not very satisfied with the school that I'm going to. The test seems too easy, and we don't seem to be learning enough. Our test results don't really reflect how much we are learning. They have made me pass levels very fast. They even made me skip a level completely, but I don't think that I'm doing that well. Yes, I have an advantage over other people because I had learned the language as a small child, but I'm still not that confident with my Swedish right now. And you know, I have even seen people at my level, which is pretty advanced now, that don't understand simple questions from the teacher. The other day, the teacher asked a question to another student, and he stared at her for like 10 seconds, and at the end he said, "I don't know," in English. He wasn't even able to say that in Swedish. So I really feel that the way that this is being operated right now is not the best, but, well, the counselor told me to switch to a course that is taught at the university, that is aimed specifically for people that want to go into a career afterwards. Now, the thing is that it is not a beginner's course. They have this admission test where they expect you to show that you have a certain dominion over the language already. From what I have been told, the level that they expected was quite high. I know that the course itself is very, very, very demanding, in that they do like 8 hours of class per day, plus homework every day, plus making you read 2 or 3 books every week. So it's really, really, really intense. The idea is that in 6 months you are ready to start a career at the university, but I'm really not confident about my vocabulary. I was afraid that I wouldn't pass the test. The test was this last Wednesday, so the last weekend I was kind of panicking. So I was mostly studying for that exam, dedicating almost every waking hour to do that for the last few weeks. And I don't have the results of the test yet. it will be like 3 weeks from now only, but well, at least I think that I did kind of well. The test itself didn't seem as hard as I feared it would be. I think I did pretty well in the writing. I had to steer away from certain things that I wasn't really sure if I was going to write them correctly, but I think I did a pretty good job with that. Let's see about the other parts. I do have a few doubts about some of the things that I did, so let's keep our fingers crossed. And the other reason why this exam is so important for me is not only that it directly affects when I'm going to be able to start studying at the university, but also because I'm able to take a student loan once I begin that course. And the student loans here in Sweden are very good. The interests are nothing like the horror stories that I've heard about student loans in the US. On the contrary, they offer you an interesting amount every month, and not all of it is a loan, some of it is a grant, and it's supposed to be enough for you to live without having to work at the same time that you are studying. It allows you to just focus on your studies, and then you can repay them once you finish your career, once you're working, and the idea is that it's supposed to be payable and not keep you in an eternal debt. And while I requested my loan, I got it pre-approved. The final approval, of course, depends on whether I get into the course or not, but it's an interesting amount. It's better than what I'm getting right now, the financial help from the city, so it will allow me to live in a bit of more comfort than I am right now. I've also been looking for a place to live, because the contract that I made for the place where I'm living right now was for 6 months only, because the landlady is probably going to be moving away after that, and I saw a few rooms and I already decided for one. It's going to be in the city. Right now I'm 10 kilometers away from the city, and I think that right now also that's important for me, to be able to be closer to downtown at this moment, to be better communicated. But well, you can imagine that looking for a new place to live while you are also doing paperwork and you are sick and you are preparing for a really important exam, well, that really left me no time to prepare a proper video in the last few weeks. And even now I'm shooting this quite late because tomorrow, this Sunday, is a Transgender Day of Remembrance, and I was offered the opportunity to speak at that event, so I'm preparing what I'm going to say as well. And there is one other bit of news that I wanted to share with you. I've been waiting to do my legal name change for a while, because I didn't have a middle name. I chose my first name, but I wanted to give my parents the opportunity, since they didn't give me my first name, to give me a middle name. And I got the response a couple of weeks ago now, and the name is Ines. It's the Spanish version of Agnes. Ines was the name of my fraternal grandmother, who was a really strong woman that raised 8 children almost on her own after my grandfather passed away relatively young, and even with a very severe visual impairment. She was incredibly resilient. She lived to be very old. She fought the disease for many years, always staying strong and motivated and being a reference for the whole family. So for me it's a huge honor to carry her name, and as soon as I'm done with the paperwork now of the admission of the course and the student loan, I'm going to begin the process to have that changed. Well, I wanted to share those things with you and explain why I haven't been able to post anything in the last couple of weeks. I'm already preparing content for the next few weeks, so we will be resuming regular programming next week. But as always, send me questions that you want me to answer, topics that you want me to discuss via the comments here in the video, or through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or Ask FM. And see you again next week. Bye bye!